Kia ora, haere mai, greetings and welcome. I am Guru, and in this video I am going to share with you my idea to fix infestations for update 31 and make them playable and even lovable once again. Now, the problem with infestations prior to update 31 was that they sat outside the main game mechanics. They just kind of existed, did their thing, and were regularly ignored by players. Their impact was limited to delivering morale penalties. And why would one infestation on the other side of the map make anyone sad? The result of this made them pretty pointless, and a lot of players actually found the infestations outright annoying. So update 31 came along to fix all that. Unfortunately, infestations are still annoying, but now unavoidable, unplayable, and forced on the player. The infestations are overzealous, especially on Lethal Zone. They spread so fast that a fresh community has next to no chance at all to contain the infestations. The update has also unbalanced the game. The impact of these infestations is domineering, and it steamrolls over the other game mechanics and systems. It increases difficulty, but only offers pretty mediocre systems in order to counter them. The radio calls to scout and eliminate infestations is an abstraction of something which should be a challenging and exciting in-game experience. They're almost cheesing into the main game, and I think it's a dangerous road to go down. Update 31 also has some known bugs and issues. We know the pathing is somewhat dodgy, and the strategy of the infestation spread is not quite running exactly how Undead Labs would like it to. I'm not going to go into these in any great detail. What I am going to tell you about is the solution I have come up with to deal with all this. Firstly, for the infestations, we want quality over quantity. Let's reduce the timer to between 30 to 50% of its current speed. On Lethal Zone, I would suggest 30%. Allow the infestation menace to grow slowly into the game, but give the player some time and a chance at managing it. This will result in spawning fewer infestations, but we can make them meaner in order to maintain the game balance. We can increase the zombie density that surrounds an infestation. We can also add more zombies directly to the infestation just to beef up the numbers a bit. You would still just need to kill the freaks, but with fewer infestations, more zombies will balance and keep the challenge. And of course, because the infestations are going to be generally tougher, the player should get more influence for clearing them. Now for the big one. We replace the siege mechanic and siege triggers entirely with siege hordes. In my own player experience, I have found that when my base is attacked by ambient zombies and freaks, it can be just as exciting, just as thrilling, and just as deadly as any siege generated by the current siege mechanism. How this would work in the game is every cycle of the timer for an infestation does one of three things. Increase the severity of the infestation, as it currently does, spawn an assault horde that will target nearby outposts and buildings to infest, pretty much as it does now. But thirdly, it could spawn a siege horde. This is a special horde that is spawned based on the community's current threat level and is pathed directly to the player's base. No detours, no infesting outposts or other buildings. It has one purpose and one purpose alone: to reach your base, kill everyone inside it, and destroy it. How this would work is when the siege horde arrives at your base, there is no siege trigger per se. The horde, in fact, is the siege. In Lethal Zone, for instance, a low-threat siege horde could be 1 to 2 screamers, a similar level of bloaters, and a group of zombies. Whereas a maximum threat horde could contain a couple juggernauts, a feral pack, and more. How you deal with these hordes is up to you, the player, whether you go out and meet them in the street, or wait till they reach your base and defend it. Either way, destroying this horde would still be worth 200 influence if you destroy them. Now, if the player simply ignores the horde and is out of range when the siege horde reaches the player base, that player's community will fight them off, but at the cost of ammo, which will be a combination of the threat level of the horde and the difficulty slider. Now, if this reduces the ammo to below 0, then one facility per negative point is damaged and requires materials to repair. A maximum of how many facilities could be damaged can be applied based on the difficulty slider. 0 at green zone, 1 for standard zone, 2 for dread, possibly unlimited for lethal zone. This approach could help fix some bugs and issues in the game. If the siege horde is directed to the player base rather than using the infestation AI, then they should pass better. Ditching the siege trigger could maybe solve a lot of issues with trying to integrate the infestation system with the siege system. Cheesing sieges would also no longer be a thing, and it just feels better. Sieges will no longer be a spontaneous event, but something that happens organically in the game and something that the player has true agency in controlling. Get this right, and you could ditch the radio calls as well, and put dealing with those base attacks back in the hands of the players. Now there are some caveats here. I'm not a game developer or a technical person at all, so whether what I am proposing here is possible or not, I just don't know. I'm pretty sure I have not thought of everything, and I'm pretty sure what I have thought of is not completely well thought through. The devil is always in the detail. For instance, you currently would still need the siege mechanic for the builder legacy, but I do think I'm onto something here. Let me know in the comments what you think, and hit that like button so that this idea can spread to the State of Decay 2 community, and maybe even the developers Undead Labs. Let me go on record and say that I love this game, and I love Undead Labs, and this is my way of trying to contribute back to the game and its community. Wherever you are, go in peace. Thanks for watching. Ka kite. Bye for now.